Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. All right, so we are going to do another fix on an issue that um I wouldn't say fairly common, but it's very hard to diagnose this issue. And this issue essentially occurs in a lot of these vehicles um from 2014, 2015 and up. So apparently over time things change on vehicles. They get more complicated. Obviously they get more complicated. There's a lot more electrical components in these cars. And this deals with something that a lot of people just have issues diagnosing, because there's no check engine light. There's no codes that come up that tell you exactly what the issue is. A lot of people think it's limp mode. It's an issue with the limp mode. It's an issue with the ECM. It's an issue with the CVT. It's an issue with a whole host of stuff. Throttle body, throttle position sensor, etc., etc. And it's just one of those things that's difficult to figure out. Okay, so basically, if you guys have this issue, you guys have intermittent issue with acceleration. All right, and it kind of does have something to do with limp mode, but I'm gonna have to give you guys, a whole entire background on this, because it's not as easy to explain as you probably want in a video where you want to get it fixed. And in this situation could just run you guys just a whole ton of time, a whole ton of money, a whole time of taking your vehicle to different places, garages, shops, even a dealership. They even a lot of times even they have issues trying to figure out what the problem is, and it becomes costly. All right, so you could be driving, and out of nowhere you get this issue where you have your foot all the way on the floor. You're flooring it, right? You're pushing on an accelerator, and it doesn't seem like it's going very fast. Like this issue, once you start having this issue, probably the fastest you go is like 25 miles per hour. And at some point you're going to put your accelerator all the way to the floor, and you're still going 25 miles per hour. All right, at that point you're probably thinking to yourself, the limp mode got tripped up. And you guys don't know what limp mode is. Limp mode is your computer putting your car into a mode where it lessens any kind of damage that could happen to your car because of some components that may be having issues and stuff like that. And it puts your car into like a safe mode, and you can only go so fast, etc., etc. And it doesn't happen all the time. It happens every once in a while. Sometimes it'll happen, and then after maybe a couple of steps on the accelerator of the brakes or whatever, it starts working fine again, and then it happens again, and it starts working fine again, it happens again, and then maybe 2 weeks later it starts happening again. Like, it's intermittent. You can't actually figure it out. There's no check engine light for it. Funny enough, I don't know why there's not a check engine light for it, because they have a check engine light for everything. Essentially everything that's electronic, that's monitored by the ECM, there's no check engine light for it. All right, you guys might have to get a code reader, an expensive code reader that could actually record live data and segment particular parts of the vehicle that you want live data for, to actually get a feel of what's causing this issue. So a lot of people, when they encounter this issue, here's the list of things that they actually go and either try to fix or try to change up. And a lot of people actually go through this whole changing up of parts where, you know, they can't exactly figure out what the problem is. The car is not particularly old because it happens to these vehicles 2015, 2016 and up. So basically they'll think it's the throttle body. Maybe the throttle body is dirty. And a lot of these situations, the throttle body is not opening up when you push your foot on accelerator. So they, you know, they think it's the throttle body. They think it's the throttle position sensor. They think it's the mass airflow sensor. They think it's a fuel issue. They think it's the pedal position sensor. Now, I actually did a video on the pedal position sensor causing this issue. And I'll tell you that the pedal position sensor does, sometimes if it goes bad, you actually have this issue. All right, and it does actually cause this issue, but in this case, it's not the pedal position sensor that's either going bad or needs to be replaced. Some people replace that and they still have issues with it. All right, so being that this issue is very, very, very difficult to diagnose, you might want to get you know, I mean, if you actually have a background in car repairs, you might be able to take guesses as to what the problem is. So I'm going to tell you guys what the problem is and what to fix for and what you guys should look for in this situation. All right, so if you guys start having this situation, and I'm going to explain to you thoroughly, you guys start having this situation, it has to do with the brake light switch. Okay, the brake switch. Previous to 2015, I believe these vehicles had like one brake light switch. After 2015, there's two brake light switch. I could be wrong on that. I'm not 100% sure. Now, these brake light switch, when you press on the brakes, one of the brake light switch says that, you know, they kind of work in opposite of each other. You know, if one's green, the other one's red. If one's red, the other one's green. And that's not really important to understand, you know, to getting the fix on this. But if you guys have this problem, and I'm actually telling you what the actual issue is with these symptoms of this problem, is probably either one of the brake light switches going bad or both the brake light switches going bad. All right, so if you guys have this issue, and you know, before actually thinking it's the accelerator, it's the CVT, maybe you guys should save yourself some time and have somebody look at the brake light, because in this situation the brake light is probably on when you don't have your foot on the brake, and that's not supposed to happen. The brake light's supposed to be on when you put your foot on the brakes. All right, so a lot of these situations that occur, if you come into this situation where you have this issue where it won't accelerate when with your foot all the way down on the floor, if you have somebody with you, definitely have them look at the brake light. All right, see if the brake light switch is on, because there's a good chance in this situation you could be accelerating, and accelerating, I mean, at most probably going like 25 miles per hour with your brake light on. All right, so basically what happens is in this situation, the computer is reading that the brake is on, but your accelerator is also it's also you also have your foot on the accelerator, but the brake light is on. So basically the computer is reading two conflicting sets of information. The ECM, the car's computer, ECU, ECM is reading two conflicting sets of information. So what it does is it puts your car into limp mode. All right, once it puts your car into limp mode, the most you can drive is about 25 miles per hour. All right, it's not gonna let you accelerate because it's reading that the brake you're both pressing the brake and the accelerator at the same time, and then you have this situation. All right, so for something that's if you don't know what to look for in these kind of situations, it could be very, 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 very confusing, and that's probably why you're watching these videos, just to get a sense of other people's experiences or other people's take on this situation, just to get a feel of what it could be. So definitely, if you guys are in this situation, first thing you're going to do is, because there's not going to be a check engine light for you guys to do an OBD2 scanner, going through the whole scenario of trying to figure out whether it's a throttle position sensor, the throttle body, the mass airflow sensor. I'll tell you this, okay? It's kind of easy to if you know what you're looking for, it's very easy to eliminate those things, because all those things have a sensor that's has a code to them. So you're not going to have a code. So essentially, you're going to eliminate the throttle position sensor, the throttle body. You're going to eliminate the mass airflow sensor. You're going to eliminate all those things. All right. There's no check engine light for this particular situation. So, because of that, you know, what you want to do is you want to go to the easiest possible diagnosis of this, and the simplest, easiest diagnosis is two things. It's either the pedal position sensor or the two brake switches. All right. Now that and to eliminate the accelerator pedal sensor, have somebody go out, look at the brake light. If the brake light is on, you can eliminate the accelerator pedal sensor, and it's just a brake light switch that's causing this problem. Now, as far as trying to figure out which brake light switch is the problem, so it could be one of the brake light switch going out, malfunctioning, both brake light switches malfunctioning, or maybe the brake light switch is seized in some way, or getting or stuck in some way, or you know, one of those couple of situations. They're not very expensive to buy. Well, they might be expensive. They might be relatively expensive to buy off of one of these parts stores, AutoZone, Advanced Auto, whatever, because they know you need it immediately to get your car working exactly right. But if you go on eBay, they're like 20-30 bucks at most. And if you guys in that situation, you guys could just pretty much just swap it out, to be honest with you. They're not very easy. They're not very hard to get to. They're not very hard to swap out. They're not very difficult to change up at all. So hope this has helped you guys out. If you guys have any of your own personal experiences with this, definitely leave a comment in a comment section. It might help somebody else out. If you guys know of any other reasons that could cause this issue, probably not. I don't think there's anything else that could cause this issue besides that. An analysis of it, you know, if you kind of have like a little roadmap as far as, you know, watching enough people going through symptoms and diagnoses with these videos and everything else, along with your, you know, whatever expertise you might have in automobile issues, car issues and stuff like that, you might be able to just fix the problem really, really fast and really, really easy. Anyway, hope this has helped you guys out. Please leave a comment in the comment section. Please give me a like. Please, you know, push that like button. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and hopefully this helps you fix your car.